Can you walk me through like what kind of a mindset it takes to see the positive
Well,
in bad situations?
listen, like you said, a few years ago, I became deaf and I live now with this cochlear implant. So cochlear implant takes you from being deaf to just having really lousy hearing. But going from deaf to lousy hearing is a miracle. Don't get me wrong. That's a big deal. And a lot of people, when I tell them I'm a podcaster and I'm deaf, they're like amazed that, how can you do podcasting when you're deaf and all that? And I tell them, you know what? I mean, listen, being deaf is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, nobody ever died from being deaf. And if somebody said to Steve Jobs, you can either have pancreatic cancer or you can be deaf, I guarantee you he would pick deaf, right?
Mhm.
And so I just look at my life that way. And I've interviewed people for my book that had ALS, which typically is lethal after 2 years. I mean, those people truly overcame stuff far beyond deafness. So it's hard to feel sorry for yourself when you look at what other people have gone through.
How they came up from a tough situation with grit, and in comparison it makes it easier to go through. With now AI coming into play, a lot of startups, a lot of developers are picking up the tools, building new applications on top of OpenAI or Anthropic's foundational models, and that is creating a huge community right now, a community of people who want to reimagine new experiences, reimagine a new way to design, create music, as well as take the mundane tasks away that people hate to do. It's just invoice processing, things like that. From your perspective, as technology gets democratized and there's open source and closed source, of course,